Hello there. Welcome to the Word Cafe podcast. This podcast has been designed with created content that centers on the power of words. Can we really do anything without speaking? Can we really do anything without the agency of words? Yes, that is what this podcast is all about. And I am your host, Amakri Isowe, your neighborhood word trader. I believe in the power of words, for it is the unit of creation. I trade in words to profit my world. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How are you all doing? Yes, we're back into that lovely space where we come to lean on one another's experience and forge a positive path. How are you all doing? Yes, I know, guys, it's been an amazing season, second quarter, and all of that. Amazing. Where I am, it's been raining. I don't know, it's been raining since some days now, and today is also raining. All right. Thank you for being there. Each time I know that you're there listening, it gives me this energy, and I just want to, keep going and all of that. Wonderful. Today we have something special we're going to be talking about. I'm not alone in the studio. Yes, the dignity of service, and I have a service champion. One individual who has broken into the archives, or should I say that secret of service. And is it she? Yes, she's been doing this. Well, enough of my talk. Her name is Simi Agumbiade. She is an amazing personality. I'm going to bring her in now. I know you want to see her, and we're going to pick up the discussion from there. So, where is she? And there she is. Hi, Sim.
Hi, Subway. It's so good to be here. So good to be here. Such a joy. I think I need to write it down somewhere. Ladies and gentlemen, I am on the Word Cafe live show. It's not small, it's a big deal. But thank you so much for having me today. I love it.
Thank you for being here. So how are you?
I'm well. It's been raining at your end. At my end, well, today it wasn't raining, but it's been raining a few times this week. But it's the weather is in between. You know how it is, in between. It may or may not rain, but it's going well at this part of the world.
Beautiful. And guys, fortunately, and I wouldn't call it a coincidence or a stroke of luck. She's wearing yellow, somewhat a color within this space, and lovely. Beautiful. Thank you for coming in. So before we do anything, we want to meet this amazing personality. Who is Simi Agumbiade, and who is she? What does she stand for?
Okay. Thank you so much once again. So who is Simi Agumbiade? I think that I like to define myself with a word, to say that I believe that the essence of my life is to be called to be a midwife. Right. That's the very core of who I am. And what that means is that I am that person that God has given the grace to be able to help people birth their dreams and their visions and their desires and their goals. So that's really the core of who I am as a person. But in terms of my journey, my professional journey, I've worked for a bit, right? I think I've spent about 15 years now plus going on my corporate journey, starting from the banking and finance industry. I've worked in the bank for a bit. I went a bit into the NGO space. I went a bit into the consulting space as well. Also did a bit of political runs, right, on the campaign. Did that for a bit. Now in the leadership and development space. So that's where I am right now. The other thing that I am about is I have a consulting firm where I get to recruit and train executive assistants. Again, still at the core of who I am, because my desire is to see how do I help people birth the dreams, right? The essence of coming up with Simi Consult as a recruitment and a training firm was to say, yes, I'm helping one person birth dreams, but how can I multiply Simis in a lot of people? Right, so that was how that was birthed, and the idea is we're in a way trying to get a lot more Simis with their own styles and with their own ways, and helping a lot more executives birth their dreams. So yes, and lastly, yes, I'm the author of a book. Yes, as you can see, Serve Your Way to the Top. That was just recently released, but I think I've got summary of me. But yeah.
Beautiful. Amazing. I like that the way you describe yourself. Like, see, I don't want to go into the biggie and all of that. This is who Simi is, a midwife. I help you bet your dreams and all of that. And I know within the space of birthing of dreams, you've occupied this position that we all in the family now, guys, you're wondering why each time I use the word the family is the gemstone family, and we're going to come to that point much later, Joe. Yes, and you occupy this, should I say, place within the space that you now understand that language of service. Everybody who comes around me can't live without getting beaten by not the virus now, but beaten right by that thing called service. What is it with
the service bug, you mean?
Yeah, the service bug, more or less. What is it with you and service? What is it with you and service?
Again, remember, I've described myself as a midwife, and a midwife literally serves, right? But I also know that beyond that sense of myself, I also know that service is, in a very interesting way, is a short path to promotion. And I say that not because it's the subtitle to my book, but because I truly believe it, right? Because for every height we want to get to in life, there is so much we can get in from service, right? I talk about how there is so much benefits that service can do. The things that you learn, the opportunities that you get, the people that you meet. I've experienced service. I still experience service. I always say that there is no height to service. You are never too big to serve. My pastor says service is that thing you need to get you to the top. And also it's the same thing that you need to stay at the top. Still service. So I think that I have seen service, how they say, materialize in my life. I have seen doors open because of service. I have seen opportunities open because of service. I have seen the benefits. I have also experienced the sacrifice of service, I would say. So just so that people don't think that it's all nice and rosy, there's sacrifice in it. But I also believe that service is a seed, right? And because I am privileged to have sown that seed, not just with where I'm working, but with the lives of many other people, the harvest comes, and I can tell it is because I served. So for me, I'm very passionate about it, and I always want to tell people, I know you want to get to the top, I know you want to be the big, I know you want that, but serve. There is so much you can get beyond the salary, regardless of whatever platform you're using. Just serve. You'll be amazed what will come back to you. So yes, that's why service is I wish I could tell everyone who is starting job, who is starting their first work, their first. I wish I could tell them, don't be in the hurry, just serve, do the grunt work, you'll be amazed. Right? I wish I could tell everyone who has started working, just serve, give your best, do your best, be your best, quality service. You'll be amazed. So yes, I can keep going, but yes, that's the same.
Now, the way you sound, from your voice and your passion and your energy, is like service is dignifying. There's dignity in service. And a lot of us have not come to understand that aspect. We see service from the point of servitude. Now, can you should I say throw more light on the dignity of service? Help us into that secret that makes you always, when you just get to that point, you just want to serve. Can you help us with that?
Yes, I'm happy to. Yes, and I agree with you. I think that for some people, that is the fear. We think of service and we think of someone that is in quote, a servant, somebody that is low, and that's the picture that we have in our minds. And I probably blame culture and tradition for that mindset. But when I think of service, I think of someone who has the power to do the grunt work and still on their own still feel like this grunt work does not define who I am. Right? When I'm thinking of dignity of service, it is not about what it is that you are doing. And I will go a bit scriptural now. There's a verse, there's a scripture, I think it's Colossians 3:23, that says, okay, I know that's not it. Sorry, scrap that. I will get it, but I know what it says. So whatever your hands find to do it with all your might.
All your
heart. With all your heart. And for me, what that tells me is that regardless of whatever role that you are playing, the role that you're playing does not define who you are. So for example, I say, yes, I am serving where I am right now. And even if I left there tomorrow, it doesn't change who I am. it doesn't change my essence, right? I am giving value. I understand who I am. So there is a knowing that comes with, first as a person, knowing who you are, knowing whose you are, right? And knowing that the fact that I am doing the grunt work, the fact that I am doing the seemingly, little work, doesn't make me a small person. It just means that I am a part of something big. It's all about mindsets. Because when you have the right mindset, you begin to understand that I might be doing the reporting, or all I am doing is taking minutes in a meeting, but that doesn't mean I am a small person. It means that it's seeing it from the mindset that the value that I am adding is absolutely incredible. I always tell my team to say that think of your role, think of all of us as a puzzle, right? Yeah. And we all have our different parts to play. And your part can be to be the front desk person, but your part is important because if somebody comes in here and you don't smile, the person probably have an entire look about all of us. And your part can be a draw graphics, and your part can be, and we all have different roles, but your role is important, right? Your role is important. It doesn't define you, but understanding like whatever role I get to play, it is key. So I think that, you're just saying dignity of service, people just need to have a rewiring, a mindset switch to say that the fact that I am serving doesn't make me small. I always give this, gives this analogy, so every Paladro give this analogy that, in the opposite of a leader is not necessarily a ruler. It's not necessarily a follower, right? So people think, I'm either a leader of, no, because there are instances where if as a leader or the top person, you have a vision and you have a dream or something that you want to do, and then you get a team or someone that is spearheading it, that person takes over the vision and is literally leading at that moment, even though the person is serving. So it doesn't make you a smaller person, but I think that having that mindset reorientation to say that yes, I am serving, but it doesn't make me a smaller person. It's just understanding who and whose I am. I think that's the key. If people are able to have that switch of mind, I think it will be good.
Amazing. From what you just said now is looking at it like you're putting together a dish. You want to cook this beautiful whatever dish. You bring all the ingredients, and the salt seems to be that quote and unquote insignificant aspect because we don't see it, the seasoning or whatever, because the minute it goes into that, it disappears. But the truth is, if you don't add that piece to the puzzle of the food, you can't eat it. It's uninteresting at all.
And that is amazing for you to say that, because I think that's really what service is. Because when the salt is right, you almost cannot tell, but you just know that it's perfect. It's the same with service. Yes. But when it's not there, you can tell it's not there. When it's too much, you can tell it's too much. But when it's perfect, you almost can't tell it. But there is a lot of role that's played. So that's the same thing with service. I love that analogy. Just
beautiful. Thank you. Now, another thing again, when we talk about the subject of service within the corporate space, the government space, there's this saying we often hear people, just give out there when you tell them to do their jobs and all that. They end up saying in the Nigerian palace, "Now my papa work." It's like, excuse me. There's no sense of ownership or something. And you come to see that it's like they are not seeing what Simi is seeing within the space of service, that actually it is your papa's work. As in, if it fails, practically you have failed. Now, I want you, with that lens of service, to really point to my audience to come to see that this thing you call, is it my father's business, is actually your father's business. Can you just beam your light on that so my audience also enjoy that bit of the conversation?
I always say that, and I heard it from someone, that work is a platform. Whatever work we're doing, whether it's corporate, whether it's in government, work is a platform. In fact, your salary is just the icing on all of it. That there are certain people, if you truly understand all the amazing opportunities you can get to at work, you will understand that every day that you're going to work, you're literally working for yourself. So there are three analogies I give, three different things that work can do for you. I say the first one work can open to you, teach you life skills. Right. So, but when we are working, there are certain things and we unconsciously pick them. It's not like it's intentional. We unconsciously pick them. How to manage people, because you're working in an organization with people management. You begin to pick things like emotional intelligence. You begin to pick things like communication, right? It's unconscious. Right. But the truth about it is that it goes for the rest of your life with you. But the fact that you're working somewhere, you learn that. You learn how to network with people. Yeah. The one I always say is you learn presentation. I always say that I remember my first attempt at speaking. I passed out. This was 2 decades ago. I could not speak to a group of people. I was supposed to be the debate, right? When I was in primary school. But just the fear of public speaking just took me out. But I look at my life 2 decades later, I'm able to speak to a group of people. But I know that is because the work where I am serving, I am getting trainings and every day I'm getting better and I'm doing it. And it's beyond the salary I am being paid. So that's number one. So with work you teach, you get all these life skills that are incredible. The second thing that we get with work is relationships. Relationships, whether it is with colleagues, whether it is with customers, whether it's with your supervisors, you get all these people at work. That even when you leave organization, you still know those people. We know for those that have worked in 2-3 organizations, I'm sure we still know people from like 2 organizations ago that were probably still family friends. And you never can tell. I have a story of how meeting someone in a community literally changed my life, right? And how the person was such an incredible help, even when I had not seen the person. But again, relationships, work gives you that. And I said the third thing that work can give you is opportunities for growth. Because there are certain things that you learn how to do in there that if not for work, may not have had that opportunity to do so. I used the story about my co-worker, Shane, who 2 years ago, when he joined us, over 2 years ago now, we gave him the task of putting up a book on Amazon. He didn't know how to do it, but he researched, he went to the school of YouTube and Google and everything possible. Did a bit of trial and error and eventually did it. 2 years after, people are reaching out to say, I need someone that can do Amazon for me. And I speak to Shei. Shei can do it for you. And then now Shei is beginning to do it for 2, 3, 4 people and is able to earn from it. And then I remember last week he came to me and said, Coach Sims, this Amazon thing was in Jameson. I learned it too. It's incredible that even when Shei leaves the organization, that opportunity to learn goes with him for the rest of his life. So I said that when people understand that every day I am going to work, even though yes, it's not your father's business, but it is your life's business. And it's a function of how much of myself I am giving to the work that I am doing. Think of it as I am sowing the seed, but the seed I am sowing is not just the organization that is benefiting it. I am also benefiting it as a person. So if I am giving my best, it's also helping me. The things that you learn at work would go with you for the rest of your life. So I think that it's just important for people to begin to have this mindset reorientation as regards how we see work. And if you see all these many, many, many benefits you get from work, then you begin to realize that salary is just for transport. But those that really get it, they squeeze the juice from working. They make the network, they make the connection. If there is a committee that is doing something, they are like, I want to do it, I want to be a part of it. They squeeze it out. But if we have the mindset of, it's not my father's business, let me just go and wait for we get nothing, right? So it's just for me, I'm like, if people begin to see work, whatever work it is that you are doing like that, you'll be amazed. Like every day you will go to work with like, okay, what do I need to do? Right. Where is what? Bring it on. I'm ready. Because all of that is for yourself. So that would be my answer.
The analogy of a platform speaks volume, if you want to go far in life, it depends on the platform you're standing on, your understanding of that platform. And when you come to see that service is actually a platform. And if I want to go higher and farther, it means I have to make my service worth it. Like you rightly described, you're not just working for an organization, you're actually working for yourself, because it's like going through the water, you get wet in as much as the water also experience your movement in it. It's beautiful. Now, you dropped a name, and I'm going to bring that name into this conversation now, because anybody who comes around Simi, there's a name always around Simi, and What is it like working with this individual called Sir Fela Durute? We call him Sir. Anybody that cares to look at me, Sir Fela Durute. What is it like? Tell me.
I think that if I had to use and I always tell him this, I always say this every time I get to work with him, every time I send a message. I think it's a privilege for me. And his birthday was last week or maybe 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And I literally sent a message and I put it out there. I think I hit jackpot 8 years ago when I decided to when I started to work with him. Yeah. Because every day is a learning opportunity. Every day it is me getting better. It's the fact that I'm working with someone who has my best interest at heart and is ready to say, stand on my shoulder, let me take you further. Let me stretch you. You might not like it. It might feel like sacrifice. It might feel like late nights and early morning, but I'm stretching you. And the truth about it is that if you just align yourself with it, go with the right mindset, you will come out better. So how is it? It is an incredible honor. It's always a privilege. It's always a learning opportunity. There's always so much you can learn from FD, right? I always describe FD as a sea. Whatever it is that you bring is what you take out. So as long as you're ready to learn, he's ready to pour. As long as you're ready to learn, as long as you're ready to grow, he's ready to point to you. He's ready to give. He's ready to show you and say, "Oh, this is how to do it." And if you don't know it, you can always say, "FD, please, how can I? How can I help?" He's ready to help. I say that I'm able to talk about service the way that I do so now, and I'm able to even serve because I see someone who serves. FD serves every day of his life. And it's not about, so he serves the clients, he serves the team, he serves his staff, he serves his family, he's serving every opportunity that he has, he's serving. So for me, I have that picture of service, that icon of service in front of me. So it's just easy for me to see. I'm seeing someone doing it, right? And I'm able to learn how to do it. So yes, that's how it is working, and it is really an absolute joy and a great privilege. Is what I would say.
It's a bird's-eye view, more or less. What you're giving us now is a bird's-eye view because you practically you work with him every day, and he has this amazing routine, and somehow we come to see him from your perspective. So many times we come to see who Sir Fela Durute really is through your perspective. Thank you for sharing that with us. Now to what everybody has been looking at our faces, on Instagram, on Facebook. What is this yellow thing you are just sharing everywhere? Now I want to talk about to serve your way to the top. Finally, the service icon, the service champion has put together some thoughts. Can you tell us about your book, Serve Your Way to the Top?
It's almost impossible for me to talk about my book without talking about you. Because ladies and gentlemen, if you are hearing us and you're watching us, just know that Isoboye was such a critical element in bringing it to life. Just a quick backstory. Sometime in November 2020, November 19th, FD had the word that kind of like touched me, even though I was not expecting it, to write a book in 100 days. And it did seem like an incredible feat. And I'm glad that I had a Coach Isoboye to work with me and hold me through the process. And by the grace of God, we delivered it and it was out as and when it was supposed to be. So what is the book about? The title of the book is Serve Your Way to the Top. And really it's just a compilation of lessons and stories, lessons on service, just getting people to understand what it means to have the art of service and the mindset to service and the value of service, the sacrifice of service, getting people to understand all of that. I also talk about the why of service. Why should we serve? Somebody might ask me, what's the big deal with serving? We also talk about that in the book. What are some of the opportunities that you get from service are available when you serve? We also talk about that in the book. But whilst all of that is incredible, I say that what is most amazing about the book is that I am privileged to write it, but I also have 10 amazing industry leaders who have also written from their wealth of knowledge in the book. Sir Fela Durute is one of them, and it is a joy and a privilege. We wrote the foreword to the book. My pastor, who is also an incredible service icon, Pastor Yemi David, also wrote the preface. But I had about 8 other people, Coach Eden Onwuka, I had Steve Harris, I had Jimmy Terry, I had Bankole Williams, I had Sheyi Adisa, I had Raquel Daniels, I had Emi Kele Osene Lama, Have I mentioned everyone?
Yes, you.
And I add Coach T, Saji, Oyawe, 8 of
Yeah,
them also writing the book, So I always say that the beauty about the book is that there's so much perspective that you can learn from. We can either learn from this person or that person, but
yeah,
everyone is also talking about service. Everyone is hinging on that conversation on service. And like I said, I believe that service is the short path to promotion. I believe that this is something that should be in the hands of as many people as possible, not just because I wrote it. And I say that I am grateful for the privilege to have written it. If I did not write it, maybe some God will put it in the hands of somebody else to write.
yeah,
But just knowing that this is such an important message for this generation, for a
yeah.
time as now.
Beautiful.
It's an important message for people for a time as now. So yes, it is a book I think as many people should read and keep for their kids to read as well as soon as they can read. But yes, that's about the book.
Her passion is palpable, as in it's hot, guys. You can feel that energy, the way she's just dishing it out. That piece of work, it's amazing. I'm not just saying this because it was written by Simi or I got involved in it and all that. I'm saying it because it was a word that came, and she literally took the word. It seemed insurmountable, impossible task and all that. But by the grace of God, that work is alive today, is there. Guys, it's amazing. Yes, practically all the chapters, reading them, picking them, all the names she called and all that. Let me tell you something. This work, Serve Your Way to the Top, took me to another level in my own journey of writing and helping people to write. Yes, because practically I was awake most of the times, on this project, pretty much awake, trying to get into the mind of Simi and understand where she's going and what. So it took me to another level, and I saw it. And something happened when I was writing with you, as in working with you, rather, beg your pardon, on this. The word service, I had this, that service run the world, and those who serve, the service make the world go round, and those who serve actually rule. Wow. Practically everything you see. Take, for example, Amazon, what they are doing on Amazon as in distribution, they are serving you. And those who understand the concept are the ones driving the process. Every business organization. So that was what got to me. And as I got that, I told myself, no, I'm going to serve in this business. I'm going to serve. And it's amazing. Thank you. So where can we catch this material? In country, out country, where?
It is online everywhere, anywhere. It's on Amazon. It's if you're in Lagos, Nigeria, you can get it at Roving Heights. But I have everything, all the links on my website at www.simiconsult.com/order, ORDER. And then it will show you all the different places. So if you're outside the country, I have people from Canada, from Australia, from Netherlands. And you know what's incredible? People get the book and they're taking a picture of the book like this. And I absolutely love it, from different parts of the world. So if you're outside whatever part of the world, the book can come to you. Paperback, Kindle, the book will come to you. If you're within Nigeria, if you're in Abuja, we have someone who is helping in there as well. If you are in Lagos, we can ship it to you. But I always say that, especially if you have a team of people, whilst I am excited about the people that buy it for themselves, if you work in an organization and you guys are a group of 10 people or 15 people, get it for them. If you are a CEO and you're listening to this, get it for your guys. And just to say, so this the last 2 days was the Hilda Bassi and all that Guinness Book of World Record phenomenon. And I put up a post and I talked about how, whilst yes, we see Hilda and we salute Hilda for all the work that she did, it was all because she also had a team of people who understood what it meant to serve.
Yeah, true.
Right. So I think that every CEO, every visionary needs people that understand what it means to serve. You need to be sure that your people have the right mindset to serving. If not, when push comes to shove, right, your people would leave you or would run away. Like we run away. And those those videos of when Hilda was obviously tired, visibly tired, and you see the guys that were with her and they were trying to massage her and encourage her. That is what it means to serve. Serve beyond your job description. That is real service. It's beyond, you want to have guys who you would say, let's jump, and they will say, ow, I. That's the kind of people you want to have on your team, and it's having that mindset of service. So I say that for every CEO, for every team lead, really, get it for your book, get it for them, get the book for them, and you'd be amazed how this mindset restructuring, this service revolution just begins to permeate different parts of the world that we are in. But yes, that's what I would say.
Beautiful. So guys, you heard her. You heard her. Serve your way to the top. Wherever you are hearing this, listening to this conversation or watching or whatever, a CEO, a manager, a small business, big business, corporate, governmental, just name it. Please go get this book. I encourage you, go get this book. Your team will change. Their perception to service will change. And the minute that changes, you begin to see the result around you. It will just peak, it will be an epic change that you will see. Wonderful. Absolutely. We have been talking with Simi Agumbiade, that we call her now the service champion beyond the midwife that she is, because she's championing a cause that we are all, rooting for her and behind her. And it's like we're going with you all the way. We want to say a very big thank you for taking our time to come do this with us within this space. But before I let you go, how do I catch Simi? Somebody's listening, and how do I catch her? Where do I catch her? How do I connect with her?
Okay, so I'm on Instagram. Instagram is the go-to place, and it's at Simi Agumbiade. Simi, Simi Agumbiade, one word, and you'll find me on Instagram. You can send me a DM, and we can take the conversations from there. And just again, quick final words, before I leave. And if there's one thing I want people to go away with, it's just also know that service is a seed, right? I'm trying not to just say the glamorous part of service, because there is a similarly glamorous part, but there's also the sacrifice part. And sometimes we stay on that page. I get that. But I want people to know that service is a seed. Service is a seed. And sometimes when you are at that point of planting the seed, it feels like people can't see you and people are not acknowledging, and you are putting in the work, and it's a seed. The harvest will come back. That one I can tell you for a fact. The harvest, it might not come back from the same place you sowed it, but it will come back. And when it comes back, it will always blow your mind. So that's something I think I want to drop and just leave in the minds of people as we go today.
Thank you so much. Guys, you heard it. It's a seed. And what happens when you sow a seed? It grows. It grows. And when a seed is growing, you don't go dig it up to check what's happening. It could be that dark stage or whatever. Seemingly nobody is seeing it and all that. But there is this activity going on behind the scene. And before you know it, that massive the tree grows out. And again, like Simi said, it is not that place that you sowed, that the expectation or whatever it will come. It may come from that place, but definitely it will come, from anywhere God has positioned it to be, just like what we're seeing with Simi's work today. Amazing. Guys, I can go on and on to talk with her. It's amazing. It's amazing. But you know how we say it on the show, that the time we start and it's like, well, where is the time? Where is the time? You know how it is on the show, guys.
I know.
I need to let her go catch up with other things. I know she has said one last thing, but I still want her to say one final thing before I let her go. One final thing from you.
Serve your way to the top.
Amazing. I
That's
like
my final
that.
word.
Amazing. So guys, serve your way to the top.
Much.
You're looking for that promotion. You're looking for that elevation. You're looking for that, height. You want to gain that height and all that. The ladder or the channel or the plug to all of this is service. It is dignifying. Absolutely. So go ahead, embrace it. Yes, till we come your way again. You know how we say it on this show. This is the space where we come in to lean on one another's what experience to forge a positive path. And today we've had that singular honor of having the service icon, the service champion, Simi Agumbiade, share with us that wonderful experience of service and her book. We sure we're leaning on that experience to forge a positive path. Till I come your way again, what do I say? Bye for now. Sim?
Bye, everyone. Thank you so much. Have a fantastic day ahead. God bless you all.
Awesome time it has been with you on the World Cafe podcast today. Thank you for being there. You can catch me up on my social media handles, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram, all at Amakri Isoboye. Also, you can get copies of my books, A Cocktail of Words, The Color of Words, my HR notebook, and Hawkers Focus on God on Amazon and Roving Heights online bookstores. You can also subscribe to my YouTube channel at the same address at Amakri Isoboye. I love to hear from you and how this podcast has impacted you. You can leave me a message at my email address, amakrigaribaldi@gmail.com. That is AMACHREEGARIBALDI. Yes, till I come your way again. Bye for now.